Hello Outriders and welcome to another video. I hope you're all having a great day. In this video I want to show you 69 tips, tricks and features that you might or might not know about. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. 1. As a new player, as soon as you complete the prologue, you will be prompted to select your class. If this is the first time playing Outriders, I suggest you choose something that best suits your playstyle in other shooters. The Devastator is a close-range tank and, in my opinion, the easiest class to play for beginners. The Trickster is a roguelike character with good damage and escapes, but very squishy. The Pyromancer is a mid-range firecaster, like a mage in other games, with high skill damage but squishy, and the Technomancer is better suited at long range with a good sniper rifle and using his gadgets to disable enemies. 2. The game has co-op. After you finish the prologue, you can start playing with your friends and randoms. You can access the co-op at any terminal in-game. Here, you can join a random team and invite or join your friends. The co-op can also be accessed from the lobby before you even enter the game world. You have the same options here. If you want to host a game and have other players joining you, make sure you have the right game privacy settings depending on if you want to be joined by friends or randoms, or have it set to closed to play just by yourself. 3. The co-op supports crossplay, which enables us to play with players on consoles and other platforms. If you want to play with someone from another platform, you need to make sure that crossplay is enabled in the gameplay settings and then either join them with their code or give them your code so they can join you. 4. When joining a co-op game via the in-game terminal, you can still visit shops and perform other actions while you wait. When a game is found, you will be notified and asked to confirm if you want to join. 5. In co-op, the enemies scale up based on how many players are in your team. As you can see here, the same captain on Terra Infirma that I usually kill in around 10 seconds takes a lot more effort when there are 2 of us in the team. 6. In co-op, the world tier is set by the host. As you can see, despite me being at world tier 5, the moment I join another player, it is decreased to world tier 1 because that is what the host has it set to. 7. There is no in-game communication method, no voice or text chat. So, if you want to talk to your friends, you need to sort out your own third-party solution. 8. Pay attention to your character's healing mechanic. The Devastator is healed when killing enemies up close. The Trickster is healed and gets a shield bonus when killing enemies in proximity. The Pyromancer is healed when killing enemies that are affected by his skills. And the Technomancer receives a portion of the damage dealt as healing. 9. Hitting headshots and weak spots guarantees you a critical hit for higher damage. You can get critical hits on other body parts based on your character's critical hit chance. 10. Some of your skills are classed as interrupt. You can use these skills to prevent bosses, captains or other high tier mobs from casting any nasty attacks or skills on you. 11. Your melee has 2 behaviors. First one is like a forward hit performed while walking or standing, and the second one is a ground slam performed when running, which does AoE damage in a small area. 12. Your melee is an interrupt on all classes regardless of if it is a normal melee or a ground slam. 13. Double tapping one of the direction keys performs a role in that direction. Unless you like this behavior, this can be very frustrating, especially when trying to fight around cover. Fortunately, it can be disabled under Controls options by disabling the double press to roll option. 14. Grenades and many skills in the game can be targeted. Instead of just pressing the corresponding skill button, hold it for a second and you will be presented with a highlighted enemy or little pointer guide which shows you where the skill will land or hit. 15. Many skills work through walls, including your melee. Experiment and see what works and what does not. 16. While aiming down sights, you can change the shoulder you are aiming from using the mouse middle button or the left thumbstick. This can be very helpful when fighting around corners. 17. Being aggressive pays off in Outriders, as the game encourages and rewards it. but you can play back as well with certain classes and builds, like the Blighted Rounds Technomancer with a sniper rifle and a critical damage build, and Overheat Pyromancer with Pants on Fire mob. 18. The game has a cover system which can be extremely helpful at times, but bear in mind that enemies will push you, try to flush you out, and throw grenades at you. 19. If you see an enemy throwing a grenade at you, you can make him drop it at his feet if you shoot him at the right moment. The grenade will proceed to explode, damaging him and any other enemies in the vicinity. 20. Pay attention to your gear when starting the game. As soon as you start receiving rare items, start looking and choosing the items with the best mods. Mods are very impactful and completely change the way you play your character. 21. The game allows you to replay all main story missions after the prologue and all the side quests. To replay a side quest, all you need to do is talk to the quest giver and retake it. To replay any part of the main story, you need to be in the lobby and click on the Select Story Point button in the bottom left of the screen and select which part you want. You will keep all your items and progression when replaying missions. 22. The world tier dictates the level, drop rates and quality of item drops. If you want to get better and higher quality armor and weapons, complete missions and side quests on a higher world tier. 23. The difficulty in Outriders is tied to the world tier. If you are struggling and dying a lot, decrease the world tier, and if you find the game too easy, increase it. You can do this from the lobby by selecting the world tier button on the bottom left of the screen, or in-game by using the game menu and selecting world tier again. 24. If you played the demo, you know that you can only reach world tier 5 and character level 7. If you pre-ordered Outriders, make sure you maxed out world tier 5 before launch, so that when the game launches, you soon progress to world tier 6, which will increase your maximum wearable item level cap to +3. Since you are already at character level 7, you should be able to use the items from the Hell's Rangers content pack as they require level 10. 25. When you die, you will lose a decent chunk of your accumulated world tier. I guess the tip here is don't die. 26. This is another don't die tip, lol. All you need to do to increase your world tier is to complete missions or quests without dying. 27. Ammo crates will not only give you full ammo reserves, but they will also reload all your weapons. This can be especially useful in a fight where you've already unloaded both or all 3 of your weapons. 28. Whenever you use Blighted Rounds, Twisted Rounds or Volcanic Rounds, they will automatically reload the weapon you currently have equipped. 29. All skills reset when you enter a new clearly separated area. As you can see in the footage, they all reset when I enter the boss room. Be mindful of your ammo though, as your ammo reserves will not be replenished and your weapons will not be reloaded. 30. You can reset your class points at any time and reassign them in the class menu. You can do this by pressing the delete key on PC or the Y button or its equivalent on console. On top of this, if you assigned your class points and changed your mind, before exiting the class menu you can hold mouse right click on PC and the X button or its equivalent on consoles to start all over. 31. Take advantage of the game's auto loot feature. You don't need to stop and pick up every drop. You can just go ahead and kill all the enemies in a room and then press H on PC or press down on the D-pad and the game will auto loot all the drops based on your current auto loot settings. 32. You can select what you auto loot by going in the gameplay settings menu and setting the auto loot minimum rarity as required. 33. When you die, the game automatically loots all drops on the floor based on your current auto loot settings. 34. Teleporting out of a mission auto loots all the items on the floor based on your current auto loot settings. 35. When your inventory is full, auto-looted items move automatically to your stash. 36. Currently, the item tiers in the game are white for common, green for unusual, blue for rare, purple for epic, and gold or yellow for legendary. 37. The little yellow triangle in the top right of an item means that it is a new drop. Go check it out. It might be better than what you have now. 38. Legendary drops show as a little yellow star on the map. Credits for the image go to Craze Gaming YouTube channel, as I did not take any footage of my legendary drops while they were on the floor. 39. On weapons, 1 bullet means that they are single fire, 2 bullets means that they are burst fire, and 3 bullets means that they are fully automatic. 40. Dismantling items is the best way to get resources. Depending on what rarity items you dismantle, you will get mods, titanium, anomaly shards, leather, iron, and a little bit of scrap. 41. The currency in Outriders is scrap, and this is what you need to buy stuff from vendors. 42. If you are low on scrap, looting items of a lower rarity and then selling them at the shops will get you a fair bit of scrap, more than dismantling them would. 43. You can mark multiple items in your inventory and they will stay marked when you interact with vendors for a quick sale. 44. Press the C key on PC or the left trigger on consoles to compare the items in the shop with what you currently have equipped. For weapons, you can cycle between comparing with your primary and secondary weapons. 45. If you play the demo, you can farm up a fair bit of resources on all your characters to take with you in the full game. The demo limit is 25,000 scrap, 1,000 leather, 1,000 iron and 10 titanium. 46. On your items, the little black square with a black cross to the right of the mods means that you have already collected that mod from previously dismantling an item that had it. 47. Again, on your items, the double red square to the right of the mods means that you have already equipped a piece of gear with that mod. Choose the better one and dismantle the other to unlock the mod so that you can put it on other items later and get a nice boost to your resources. 48. While mods with the same name do not stack, there are mods with different names in the game that have the same effect and do stack. For example, the Pyromancer can get Ride the Wave and Tidal Wave mods, and they both give you an extra heat wave, so that you can cast it 3 times before triggering cooldown. Credits go to fandom.com, as I foolishly dismantled the armor that had the second mod. 49. If you are finding it hard to identify items, you can sort them by rarity, level, name and type in your inventory and shops by pressing the tab key on PC and pressing the left stick on consoles. 50. Using the shift key on PC and the right trigger on consoles while being in your inventory will bring up your character stats screen, which gives you a lot of useful information that you would otherwise not know. 51. Selecting an item in your inventory and then hovering over the dismantle button at the bottom right of the screen shows you what you would get if you were to dismantle it. 52. If you look at your weapons, you will see the shard icon next to a bonus. That is the type of shards that you would receive if you were to dismantle it. 53. When the full game releases, your stash will allow you to move weapons between your characters. 54. You can improve the rarity of your items up to epic. Improving the rarity of unusual items costs iron for weapons and leather for armor. Improving the rarity of rare items costs titanium. The bonus attribute values of the improved item will be raised randomly. Upon increasing the rarity, you will be presented with 3 random mods from which you can select one to be added to the item. 55. You can use anomaly shards to raise the bonus attributes of an item. Raising an attribute has a price in the number of corresponding shards. Attributes have 6 upgrade stages available, displayed below each attribute in the crafting menu. If you dismantle an item whose attributes have been raised, you are refunded a portion of the shards invested in it. 56. You can swap one of an item's mods for another from your list of known mods. The list is filled with mods from items you dismantle. This action is repeatable. However, when you choose which slot to modify, the other becomes permanently locked from modification. Remember that modding gear this way allows you to create a combination of items and mods that would normally not appear in the game. 57. As your character levels up, you unlock new weapon variants for each weapon type. The cost of this action is determined by the level of the weapon selected for swapping, not the variant. 58. Rare, epic and legendary items can be leveled up. This costs leather or iron for rare items and titanium for epic and legendary items. Leveling up increases items' primary parameter, firepower or armor, and rerolls the attribute values. In case of rare and epic items, this action also frees up one stage of available attribute upgrades. Since the number of bonus attributes on an item is determined by its level, this action may result in the addition of a new random bonus attribute. 59. If you want to see your character's face, you can remove your helmet while keeping it equipped in your inventory and getting all its bonuses. To do this, you need to access your gameplay settings menu and set the helmet option to off. 60. Your HUD, your game interface, is super customizable. You can do this by going to your HUD options menu and modifying it to best suit your needs. 61. Mods can only go up to level 3 currently. 62. Rare items only have one mod slot, while epic and legendary items have 2 slots. 63. Mods cannot be shared between characters and they cannot be stored in your stash. 64. In co-op, the host initiates travel to a new area, but the team members need to confirm via the voting system before travel is initiated. 65. Shopkeepers refresh their inventory at the display time for their on-sale and regular offers. Check back later when the timer resets to see if they sell anything you might need. 66. The game does not support pausing. Do not stop in the middle of a fight and bring up the game menu thinking you are on a pause, as the mobs will keep shooting you and you will die. 67. The Pyromancer with a full anomaly power build and a Pants on Fire mod can deal significant damage from far away to a whole room to tens of enemies with the overheat skill. 68. Probably the strongest class to start the game right now is the Devastator with an auto reflect build. It has tons of health, deals massive damage to all enemies in sight with reflect bullets, deals extra damage with his close range weapons and has a decent escape. 69. There is a skill builder and DPS calculator website on Paradox ZYX GitHub and the address can be found in the description below. This page is extremely useful as you can try out all the skill combinations for all 4 classes and see what their effects are on your character. And that takes us to the end of this video. If you know of any other tips that I haven't mentioned, please consider leaving them in the comments below for our Outriders lovers to see them. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please consider pressing the like button and subscribing to our channel. Thank you very much and have a nice day.